Yeah, OTBSpreads prediction show coming to you live May 13th, 2026. Takeover Tuesday, man. Let's take over the books. Just a review yesterday. Guys, what a game that Lakers game was. We were on the losing side. We had the Thunder full game and first half. I did find a play on Kalshi at -3.5 that cashed us, but if you were on any other line, on any other book, I think they got you at -4.5. But yeah, really, guys, I really thought that the Thunder played a good first half for once. Chet Holmgren slipped. It would have got everybody the win because that bucket would have put them up by 6. Instead, he slipped and fell, and they won the first half by 4. So 1-1 day. We called the Cavs correctly. We were leaning heavy on the first half for the Thunder. They didn't get it done. It was a spot play. Once again, 4 games in a row, they completed the sweep. 4 games in a row, they lost the first half on the spread. And they covered 3-1 in the series on the full game spread. But we were on the winning side majority of those games. This weekend, over the last 4 days, out of each of the 2 games played each day, we went 6-2 in a 4-day span, all documented here on YouTube. Hopefully you find this information useful, fellas. And ladies and gentlemen, if you find it useful, just go ahead and drop a like. That's all I ask. Make sure to subscribe. If you want premium plays, they're in the descriptions tab. All you got to do, drop down the descriptions tab, click the Winible link, sign up for Blowout Alert, whatever you want to do. But let's get into it. Only 1 game on the slate today, guys, and then I'll jump on over to MLB later and have some takes posted there. I will be live at 5 today for Takeover Tuesday, most likely. Most likely going to go live, but I do have this content pre-recorded for you guys. Let's get into it, and let's go from there. On Blowout Alert, best data analytics in the business. Let's go. All right, guys, this is what you're looking at. It is Blowout Alert. This is my app, Best Data Analytics in the Business. You can click on De'Aaron Fox. You can go to matchups. You can see exactly what he's averaged this season and last season against them. 24.2, 3.8, 6.4. He's played pretty solid against them all season long. He's honestly a 20-point scorer against them. He had this mid-teens drought there. But other than that, he played really well against them last season, more than this year. This year, he's kind of taken a step back, but Stephon Castle's role has grown, Like, Stephon Castle's been playing some good ball. 2013, 21, 17, 18, 11, 20. And then we obviously know he was probably injured here still in his rookie season somewhat for these stat lines there because he really came into his own last season. But yeah, let's get into it, guys. Reasons I'm going to lean which way. And I kind of come into this game looking at it from a perspective. They're back home, in San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama just got ejected. This team was down, right before Victor Wembanyama got ejected. They were down, 6 points, 7 points to the Spurs. And they made a run. They start making a run as Wemby's in there. And then Wemby goes out and they make a big run. I don't know if they can score the ball at the rim as well as they want to with Wemby. But the problem is this. The guards on the Minnesota Timberwolves are much more talented guards, in my opinion, defensively than the guards defensively on San Antonio. You can make the argument that the guards on San Antonio are more offensively, they're sharper. But I wouldn't say that they shoot at a higher percentage. Like De'Aaron Fox goes cold, Devin Vassell goes cold, Stephon Castle goes cold. They go cold. Like they don't have those type of pure guard shooters like you would get out of like a Luka Doncic or like a SGA. Like when you need a bucket in the clutch, when your other role players aren't making them, who do you go to? And I guess it's Wemby, right? And that's the key. I think Wemby's the key to this game. He's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder. I think he has a massive fucking game tonight. They're going to try and be physical with him, but he's going to have a big game. 10.5 is a lot to lay. I'll be honest with you. 10.5 is a lot. It's -420 for the Spurs on the money line. It's +330 for the Timberwolves. I don't think the Timberwolves stand a chance here on the money line, guys, but I don't see them getting blown out in this one. I know that they have a sense of urgency here. I think they play this thing competitive. I think they keep this thing within the 10.5, honestly. Give me the Timberwolves plus 10.5. I would even recommend maybe taking an alt line to 12.5. But yeah, 10.5 all day long. Like, you still got Anthony Edwards on the floor. You still got this kid Shannon who's been playing fantastic. And I know our upset meter here on Blowout Alert is 25%. I do. I get it. The easy pick would be to say the Spurs, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if they cover 11, honestly. I saw a lot of grit and a lot of grind out of that Timberwolves team. Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, Terrence Shannon, Rudy Gobert. They're all playing with this defensive energy and physicality, and they're tall and they're long. And I just think that they can keep up with this Spurs team if they're not turning the ball over. Just like I said yesterday in my take, guys, and what a game that was, the Cavs and Pistons. Donovan Mitchell. Like, I said it over and over again in this series. We've been on the Cavs side a couple times. We took a loss early in the series with the Cavs to the Pistons, but we've been right the last two matchups with the Cavs. I said it. The Cavs are the better offense. The Cavs are the better offense by far. And they showed that yesterday. Pistons rely too much on turnovers. Now, I feel the same way for the Timberwolves. I feel like the Timberwolves rely a little bit too much on turnovers to generate their offense. Now, that's how the 10.5 can be covered. If the Timberwolves start turning the ball over and not scoring, the Spurs will run away with it. But if these Timberwolves can play good defense, create some turnovers, keep this game close, I think we see a 1 to 2 possession ball game. It just depends on what type of turnovers they can create with San Antonio and what San Antonio's game plan is and how they're going to game plan for Wemby tonight. Because if they game plan too much for Wemby, and Wemby's got to get down low. That's the thing. Wemby's got to get around the basket more. He's got to get off the perimeter for the three ball. I know he can shoot it, but in this game he put up 5 and 7. He's been putting up a little bit too many threes. I would like to see him down low more. I know he had a 39-point game there in game 3 that was. But I'd like to see him get down low. I think he dominates more down there. I just don't like him on the perimeter. I don't think it's a good fit. I know he's talented, but he still has that lankiness and kind of goofy, uncoordinated ways about him. I know he can shoot over everybody, but if he's out there with this physical Minnesota Wolves team, I don't think he dominates from the perimeter. So if he decides to hang out around the perimeter more tonight, I think they'll eat him up. He's got to get around the basket. So give me the Timberwolves plus 10.5. That's a side I'll lean. Most likely a side I'll bet. I got to dig in deeper, but that's my lean. That's my take, guys. Plus 10.5 at 11:25 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm leaning towards the Timberwolves plus 10.5 for today on the NBA. We'll see where I go when I bet it here later today. If I decide where I'm going to go with the cash, I don't think I'm going to be taking the Spurs at all. I could take a look at the halftime line, but I don't even know if I trust that as much, as these halftime lines have been funny in the playoffs. A lot of guys coming out with early energy and then kind of getting beat up by the bench. But in this spot, guys, 10.5 Timberwolves. That'll probably be the side I lean and the side I bet tonight. So I like that a lot. And you may want to look. I don't love playing under totals, but there might be a look at the under at 218.5. I think we see kind of a more defensive-minded game in Game 5 because they know that the edge is going to go to somebody tonight. Edge is going to go to the Timberwolves going back home, or the edge is going to go to the Spurs going back on the road. So it's going to somebody. So I think the Timberwolves are going to be playing with their life on the line like it's Game 6 tonight. So let's see what we get out of it. So that's where I'm going to go. Plus 10.5 Timberwolves. Hopefully you found this information useful, guys. It's been nice chatting, nice recording the video, and hopefully you guys found this information useful. Make sure to go ahead and drop a like. I appreciate y'all. Drop in the comments if you're on the opposite side on the Spurs, and if you think it's going to be belt to ass tonight, minus 11, and that the Spurs win by a mile. If you feel that way, you might want to grab Blowout Alert, take a look at some of these Spurs lines. They got a lot of Spurs players on here for props, guys. You have two lines, the suspects, DFS and props. They got Wemby under 43 PRA tonight. That's an interesting one because, he has kind of covered that in a lot of games here this series, just based off on how well he's rebounded the ball. He's been fucking getting a ton of rebounds. But I do kind of agree to the sense that he needs a monster game in order to hit that. Like, he needs kind of borderline 30-point night for him to even get close to that line. So that under's probably not a bad look. Cornette, I'm staying away from everything Luke Cornette. Boy is too goofy. Nas Reed, points and rebounds. That's an interesting one. He's going to be right on the cusp with that one because he's been actually scoring the ball pretty well here recently, and he gets a decent amount of rebounds. So I don't know if I like the under on that one as much, to be honest with you. De'Aaron Fox blocks. I mean, how many blocks he gotten in this series? He's got no fucking blocks. I mean, I'm staying off of that one. I'm sure there's plenty of value there, and that's why it's recommending it. But yeah, Julian I love this Champagny line for 2 threes. Dude's been shooting the ball really, really well from deep. I know he didn't have any last game, but that's a spot play. He didn't have any last game. That's a fucking spot play and a half. Give me Julian Champagny for 2 threes. DFS lines, man, been hitting those at a high clip. That's been real nice. Sometimes the value isn't as high. You're paying a little bit of a juiced fee on this, but you know, Julius Randle for X points and rebounds, 20 or 25, like he should hit that. He's been hitting that line fairly often, right? Like, let's just take a quick look at where's he at? Julius Randle. Last game he got 20. So if you took him for X20, you're good. If you took him for 25, no. Game before that he wouldn't have hit it. Game before that he wouldn't have hit it. This game here, first one he would have hit. So he's had 2 decent games, 2 poor games. Like, that's kind of where we're at with it. I would think in such a big game they need him to step up here and score the ball more. I've been saying that. Champagny, another great look, man. Dude's been rebounding the ball like a fucking menace. Give me him for 6 rebounds as well. Randle, yeah, this 22 points and rebounds feels safe if you can find a line that's 21.5. I think the lines for him are going to be like 23.5, 24.5 personally. But if you can find a line for Randle at that'd be nice. Edwards, 15 points. I mean, that's a given. Edwards is going to go for 25 tonight. Stephon Castle, 15, 16. That's a good line for him. If you can find him for 15, 16, 17 points, he should be good for that. Castle's going to need to score the ball tonight. Gobert for 10 rebounds. I like that. Dylan Harper for Give me Dylan Harper for 15. That boy's been playing out of his fucking mind. Yeah, and Wimby for 30 points and rebounds. I think that's a better line for Wimby. Like, that shit might be minus 900 if honestly, like, and I wouldn't play it then if it's at that price, but honestly, points and rebounds X30 for Wimby. I mean, he could get you 30 just off of points, or he can get you 20 and then get you 10 rebounds. Like, that's my take on Wimby. Sometimes he just plays down. We'll see what type of guy we get tonight. I'm excited to watch this game. I'm excited to probably put some money and have the 10.5 in my pocket. So that's where I'm going to go, guys. Running a little bit longer. Time to go get my coffee. Time to book the one way. And I'll try and get some MLB recorded and dropped for you guys as well. I'll see y'all next time. Let's have a day.